Se quedó muy tocado cuando minimizó el uso de...
Cada una no sé si lo había botando los dedos o si es donde...
Que ella abrió la puerta y
Sorry for wasting your time. 5 long months on the telephone line. Hours of asking if you were fine and saying I was fine too. I'm sorry but I've got to go. The birth was quick but the death is slow. There was so much I didn't know, so much I never knew about you.
Je ne suis pas fou.
This is where I actually used to live, and this is where Stars recorded Heart in Montreal. This room just has so many memories because I think it represents slugging it in a way, you know, like not having anything, starting from scratch. The first 2 songs I engineered most of it, for sure. Evan helped a bit, you know, but Evan was in and out. Everyone was kind of in and out, and I was the one that was always there. So that was kind of like, I remember that being hard sometimes because, you know, I didn't really have a life, but it was so hot in the summer. It was like extremely hot. It was kind of like impossible to even work, but we had to because, you know, the record had to be finished, and so I just remember going just crazy with the heat, and the room's so live that you had to, for the vocals, like the vocals wouldn't sound good unless you, like, we didn't have like a booth or anything, you know, 'cause it's just a room, so we had to put all these like blankets over like where Torque and Amy was, and we'd actually even put them inside a blanket, and we called it like a song sausage. And it was like stifling heat, and then they have to actually go inside of the blankets in order to kind of get like a nice sounding vocal. But that's one of the memories I have of recording in here.
But I think as the further I went along in the process, it all became kind of self-portraits in a way. Kind of the fine balance between like having control and then giving up control, but also really trying to incorporate the subject or the person into the imagery so that their spirit and soul becomes a part of the art or the work.
You look good in that red dress. Yeah, I bet the boyfriend's happy. Your face is scarred with age. You're 23, but how can that be? Still hooked on cellophane, killing time with gin and lime. Each second numbs the pain. Love's just another ride.
It's got to be that way.
Going, going, gone.
I'm scared, but I'm okay.
was in Toronto freelancing as a trombone player and touring a lot in Europe with a guy named Big Rude Jake.
Right.
As a trombone player, and it was something I just didn't feel like I had anything invested in my life musically at all. And I was going through the motions of just trying to make money as a musician. And I was kind of depressed about being a typical kind of sideman. I mean, dancing around in a flesh-colored, oversized zoot suit was kind of wearing me down a bit, as much as I got so much out of that experience, but I wanted to like do my own thing. And I've always been addicted to the pop song, but never explored it. And I've got to explore that side of myself that I never really thought I'd do. I was always very self-conscious about talking to other musicians who I was with at the time about pop formula and pop song, and no one really dug it. So it's such a direct route to get into someone's life. It's kind of it's a picture, or it can act as a window into someone's life. Watching how people react to something that you do so deeply. It's totally changed the way I make music and think about music right now.
Elevator love letter.
I'm so hard for a rich girl. My heels are high, my eyes cast slow, 'cause I don't know how to love. I get so tired after midday lately. I'll take it out on my old friends, but the worst days in. Oh, where will I begin? My office grows all night long. It's a nuclear show and the stars are gone. Elevator, elevator, take me home.
I'm so hard for the rich girl. Her heels so high, but my hopes so low. 'Cause I don't know how to love, to love. I'll take her home after midnight, and if she likes, I'll tell her lies. I'll be in love by the morning, and I don't think she'll know that I'm single.
My office grows all night long. It's a nuclear show and the stars are gone. Elevator, elevator, take me home. My office grows all night long. It's a nuclear show and the stars are gone. Elevator, elevator, take me home.
Right, this is for you and 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 you. Save your life, the fool, the drunk, the child and his wife. We won't let that sun go down. We're gonna chase the demons out of town. Sing it when you feel alone, backwards through that megaphone. Sing it to the ones you love and the ones you like to be with. Say those words, we'll get there. The streets with all we had, a tape recording of the sound of the old world underground, a K-Way jacket torn to shreds and a dream inside our heads. And after changing everything, they couldn't tell, we couldn't sing. After changing everything, they couldn't tell, I couldn't sing. They couldn't tell, we couldn't sing. And that changes everything.
Somebody will play a riff. We'll be jamming and someone will start to play a riff. Then someone, like usually Chris or Evan, those are 99% of the time. It's those two guys that start playing the chords of what the song becomes.
Chris and Evan will bring me hits.
Their writing process was very bizarre. It was like it's like when Indian tabla masters go into the cave for a month on end and just play tablas non-stop and go into hallucinations. That's like Chris and Evan in the basement.
Sometimes me and Sullivan would jam on like bass or keyboards on one riff for like an hour and a half, to the point where we just, by the end of it, we're so stoned and high off just the repetition of it all, is that we just die laughing.
Chris and Evan will not leave something alone until it's good. They're almost painfully aware of their own weaknesses, you know?
Just sitting there playing one riff for hours on end, and it was like trance-inducing, which was a little heavy for me. I like taking breaks and doing other things.
Like the first line in Ex-Lover, on the record it's a cello, but it was written on the bass. I haven't wrote it on the bass before, and so then and then the night that we stayed up or I didn't stay up, but we were doing Calendar Girl the next day in the studio, and Chris was up like till 10 in the morning. He spent all night writing out these charts for the string section, and he was so stressed out. It was pretty amazing.
Once the actual chords and the song is written, then we can really start to get meticulous with the arrangements and the grooves, and kind of add the subtleties that make the actual songs kind of grow into life.
The process of doing that is you get really deep into an idea, and then really beautiful things start coming out, and it becomes natural. It simplifies itself down to the rawest element, I suppose. And that's pretty beautiful.
What's up, Atticus?
If I am lost for a day, try to find me. But if I don't come back, then I won't look behind me. All of the things that I thought were so easy just got harder and harder each day. December is darkest, in June there's the light. But this empty bedroom won't make anything right. Out on the landing, my friend I forgot to send home, who waits up for me all through the night.
Calendar girl who's in love with this world, stay alive. Calendar girl who's in love with this world, stay alive.
I dreamed I was dying, as I so often do. And when I awoke, I was sure it was Your heart is just this little muscle that's born into your body. You just got this heart as this little muscle, and then all of a sudden you meet somebody you find, and you look at them, you like them, you think, oh maybe, just maybe, you start to think, and you think, maybe this is the one, 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 and you touch your heart and make it feel like your heart is a hot air balloon. Your heart is like a hot air balloon, and it's floating around, and it's floating around, and then all of a sudden something happens, and then there's an arrow shot, and it shoots it, and it falls, and then your heart turns into an ice cube. Your heart gets frozen, and it turns into an ice cube. But your heart is a muscle. Your heart is a little muscle, and you gotta let it breathe, you gotta let it breathe, you gotta let it breathe, you gotta bring back that muscle, you gotta say, heart, you're not gonna be an ice cube. Heart, you're not gonna be a pancake. Heart, you're not gonna be a volcano. Heart, you're gonna go back and you're gonna be a hot air balloon. I'm gonna get my heart back to a hot air balloon, and that's gonna float over, and it's gonna get warm, and all those little lips and those little chairs, and everyone comes along wants to chew on your heart. I wanna chew on your heart. I wanna just eat out. To me, and I'm gonna let it float above my hot air balloon, and I'm gonna take care of it, and I'm gonna go back to my room, and I'm gonna look at myself, I'm gonna open my chest, I'm gonna say, that is a good heart. That is a good heart. My heart is a hot air balloon, and it's gonna keep floating above the city, and it's gonna keep floating because it's a hot air balloon, no matter how many times it gets ripped out of my chest.
I can get really uptight and nervous about and really hard on myself. Ageless Beauty took me about 3 weeks. I drove to Toronto, back to Toronto, back to Montreal by myself, listening to the track. I had about 5 different vocal line ideas for that I'd put into the computer. It just took me so much work. Like some songs like Look Up, and they take me so much longer to come up with the words and to find the melody that's right.
Our friends hold the lullabies. They watch the way the night lies. Soft sounds as echo radio. Hearts wrapped in blankets laying low. Hearts wrapped in blankets laying low. You're cold, maybe you just miss the sun. You fall, feeling like it's just begun. It's so far, keeping it together's been enough. Look up, rain is falling, looks like love.
1990 I started with Tourist. And I switched to bands because I prefer that everybody's in the same boat. When I was a tour guide for Tourist, I always had to be the clown. And now I'm driving clowns.
A hurricane that keeps you there safe. A hurricane that keeps you there safe. You're cold, maybe you just miss the sun. You fall, feeling like it's just begun. So far, keeping it together's been enough.
That's from Stars. Do you know the band Stars?
No. Guay, the Black Label Society, Judas Priest, Paragon 1, Germany's group, Saliva. This is from Incubus.
Incubus, yeah.
Adler's Appetite, Steve Bay, Backyard Babies. This is one with the Lemmy Sign, Offspring, Limp Bizkit, the new one.
Rain is falling, looks like love. Rain is falling, looks like love. Rain is falling, looks like love.
Danke beaucoup. Generally, we don't write together. Like Your Ex-Lover Is Dead is Torquil wrote the lyrics to that song. Okay. And that's what's one of the great things about being in this band is Torquil also wrote Calendar Girl, which is pretty much it's my lead song, but he wrote it for me.
Torque is very fast, he's very quick when he writes.
I'll sit there while they play those chords over and over again, and within 20 minutes, or 15, 20 minutes, I'll have written most of the lyric.
Like Torquil can write 6 songs in one day. He just has words that just are like...
I mean, Amy is very methodical.
And it takes me, I'm much harder on myself, and it takes me a much longer time. And
she writes very secretively, like she cups her hands over her book, and I think she feels it's very like vulny for her, and she takes a long time to do it, and she's very careful with it, you know?
Sometimes if you have a song that sounds like immediately poppy, you can come up with really simple, like schlocky melodies. They come really easily to me. So I always have to fight through the kind of top 10 schlock and try to kind of bury that and force myself to do something that doesn't come as naturally.
It's all about, entirely for me, about the effect, you know? The process. Let's order some pizza. This is the only important part if you haven't understood a fucking word that I was saying all night. Maybe if someone speaks English next to you, they can tell you, okay? We are the band. We want to be a band that helps you to be in this beautiful film that is your life, this beautiful, romantic, tragic, pornographic film that is your life, yes? And this is the scene where you watch the band in the club.
And that's all we are, and we appreciate it. So in this scene, if you would, while you watch the band in the club, kiss the person that you hate the most in the world on the neck, okay? We are stars from Montreal. You are stars from Madrid. Thank you for listening to our music. God, that was strange to see you again. Introduced by a friend of a friend. Smiled and said, yes, I think we've met before. In that instant it started to pour. Captured a taxi despite all the rain. We drove in silence across Pont-Champlain. And all of that time you thought I was sad. I was trying to remember your name.
The scar is a fleck on my porcelain skin. Tried to reach deep but you couldn't get in. Now you're outside me, you see all the beauty. Repent all your sin. It's nothing but time and a face that you lose. I chose to feel it and you couldn't choose. Write you a postcard, I'll send you the news. From the house down the road from you. Live through this and you won't look back. Live through this and you won't look back. Live through this and you won't look back. There's one thing I want to say, so I'll be brave. You were what I wanted, I gave what I gave. I'm not sorry I met you, I'm not sorry it's over. I'm not sorry, there's nothing to say. I'm not sorry, there's nothing to say. Buenas noches. Gracias.
The first tape we ever made that we called a record
What gives you the right?
was called Coney Island. Because we used to come out here
What gives you the right?
and sit on the beach. Mel played here and there were 4,000 people.
What gives you the right?
Life is a dream, shaboom, shaboom.
I'm Eliza. I'm Kate.
Of all the songs you love from Stars, which one did you hear tonight that you were really psyched to hear?
The one that I just had it stuck in my head all day, so I was really excited when they finally played it was What I'm Trying to Say.
Sing it a little bit for us. Sing it a little bit for us. Both of you.
You look so good in the clothes of a poser, and when you smile all the kids fell apart here. I know a place where it's warm and it's dry, dear, let me take you there. Not that the river or the streets are the same, we can pretend that they don't know our name, and the heat is turned all the way to full, so don't pretend that you don't feel the pull. I'm trying to say what I want to say, I'm happy to say shoes of an outcast. I let you throat every time they said it wouldn't last. But then I knew you, I really knew you. We fell apart in the parties of the empty heart. We danced the junkie in the shadows of that modern art. We kicked our heels and we wished we were home. One more time and you'll still kiss the throne. I am trying to say what I want to say without having to say it. Comes in when I'm rolling up another one. I draw the curtains in the glare of the same old sun. We are collapsed in the act of just being here. 3 blues, 2 greens and a beer. We are collapsed in the act of just being here. 3 blues, 2 greens and a beer. I'm trying to say what I want to say without having to say it. I love you. I'm trying to say what I want to say, yeah, without having to say, yeah, I love you. I love you. I love you. Right? I love you. Yes.
One day I will die, and someone has to look at me while I die. And this cake is for the person who will look at me when I die.
Happy birthday to you. Whoa, okay, let's get on to birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Moya. Happy birthday to
So this song is about fucking the one that you love forever in eternity, and it's from Moya O'Connell, and it's called The First 5 Times.
Here we go.
No, it's not.
Go for it.
backyard, underneath the plastic sheeting. Outside it was pouring, and we were drunk as shit. Next time at a party, when all our friends were there, there is nothing like bare mattresses underneath those stairs. Third time in a doorway, with the lights all on around us, and the audience beside us, and your man watching from the tree. Fourth time I said that's that, you've agreed to give me everything. Now I've got to ask you one more thing, keep doing that forever. Fifth time in your bedroom, when finally we rested, and you leaned upon your elbow and began to speak to me. But you stopped yourself and kissed me, and I grabbed your wrist and told you, I know, I know, I know, I feel the same as you. And every day it's changed since then. Yes, in every way I've changed since then. Yes, and every day it's changed since then. Yes, in every way I've changed since then. I'm driven outside, driven in. I'm driven outside, driven in, driven in, driven in, driven in. Here we go. That's our beautiful ladies.
I hope that one day I will remain as crazy as he was. That'd be something to live up to. A freak right to the end. Phenomenal.
And like sometimes I think, is it too easy? Is it too good? Am I too good? And of course the answer is yes, but what can I do? I just am.
That's what we call the Void. It's a friend of ours in the band, the Void. Things fall into it, the Void takes, and it giveth back.
So tomorrow there will be another number for the one who had a name. A desert wind, an ape, burst desire to win. History buried in shame. Are the beating drums, celebration guns, the thunder and the laughter. The last thing they remember are the beating drums, celebration guns, the thunder and the laughter. The last thing they remember. And then the next day, how will you know your enemy? By their color or your fear. One by one you can cage them in your freedom, make them all disappear. 660, 660 days. 2 guards for 1 uncharged. The morning paper ink stains my fingers. My hands are darker every day. All the beating drums, celebration guns, the thunder and the laughter. Last thing they remember. All the beating drums, celebration guns, the thunder and the laughter. Last thing they remember. All the beating drums, celebration guns, the thunder and the laughter. Last thing they remember. Good night, sleep light, stranger. Good night, sleep light, stranger. Good night, sleep light, stranger.
There's a moment in time. I can't explain these things.
Come around and say you love me. Hang your heart in lights above me. Is that too much to ask for? When the night descends upon us, take a shower, dry your hair by the furnace. I'll watch you from the corner. Telephones and old typewriters, words of love along the wires. Let's make it work tonight. Telegrams and birds that fly through air so still you hear me sigh. Let's make it work tonight. 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 Then furious, you threw the picture, I cap in hand, an awful mixture. That kind of hard love is the worst. I try to speak, but you don't hear me. When you're gone, you still feel near me. For a while, for a little while, I've tried telephones and old typewriters, words of love along the wires. Nothing is working tonight.
This one's for. Who should this one be for?
This one's for.
Anthony's dad.
Sure.
Yeah, this one's for.
Please, let's make